a mod that can move whole walls of blocks at once. Hello and welcome to OMG Craft. I'm your host, OMG Chad. This is a show that'll teach you how to become a Minecraft expert in no time. We are looking at a mod today. This one's called Pistronics 2, and it allows you to do one of the things I've always wanted to do, which is move very large amounts of blocks, either with pistons that move in one direction or rotators that rotate lots of blocks at once. Here is a short spotlight.
Okay, so we are in a modified world here. Doesn't look modified, but if I go into my creative inventory, you can see, oh my, look, there is a new book. There's a new book. I was hovering over the book, so I said book. First, if you want to get started and learn on your own, there is the Book of Gears, which I already opened. Here, I can toss this on the ground. And there we oh no, okay, well, if you want to go back to the beginning, you can shift and open, and then you're back at the start. This explains a lot of what I'll be explaining in this video. So if you ever get lost, you can go back and read through this book to find out more. Now, first, let me show you a little bit of what this mod can do. And it's pretty simple at the start. Let's put down a mechanic piston, just like this. And then we will grab a rod. Here we are. And you can place this rod into the piston, just like this. This is starting to look like a normal Minecraft piston, you might think. The cool thing is that you can add a lot more extra rods to this. And then you can add a sort of a faceplate onto it, or a piston extension. And this could be either just a normal extension, which would do exactly, whoops, you can also put it to the side, which would do exactly what you expect a Minecraft piston to do, just push but not pull back. You also have a sticky piston extension, and this will do exactly like in Minecraft, where it will push and pull. But, as you saw before, you can put pistons onto the sides of these piston rods. And sticky pistons will only work in parallel, in the direction that this pushes and pulls. And so there is a third head as well, which is the super glue, and so this will work in a sidewards direction and sort of grab on. If, say, a block was placed right there, it would grab on to that. So what's interesting though is that this mod does not I don't know, these piston rods do not fold back into this. You need to have some extending out the back. And we will use a bit of redstone to start this on its merry direction. And then it will use, it's almost like ammo. You know, you have your ammo in the back and it uses it up. Once it's out of rod, it will not be able to fire anymore. And if you want this to extend back into the system, you'll actually have to, get out of here, sheep. You'll actually have to place another of these on there. Now these are connected and it can sort of grab the other side. So it's much more real world-esque in that sense, that you need to have one device to pull in one direction and you need to have another device to pull in the other direction. And this can be nicely used if you're using your redstone to make this much more precise, and of course very, very long rows of this. Now, next I want to show off the other very, very cool thing, which is the rotator. We're going to throw this one upside down here. And we're going to use a super glue piston on this one and throw this on here. The rotator does exactly what you would expect. Let me grab here. I'm going to get rid of the book here. And if I put a redstone lamp on there, this will rotate blocks around just like this. And this can be used, oh, goodbye, rotator. We didn't want you anyway. No, we need you back here. This can be used with piston heads, just like this. Luckily, I'm in creative, so we can, oh, hey, there we go. So we could create this very interesting structure here throw a button onto it, and then rotate that. And you can see that the whole contraption moves. And this is very, very, very expandable. So let's say I had this could all be filled with sticky piston heads, and it could all have blocks on it, and it could all operate one. Whoa! There it goes. It went above me. One gigantic door. Oh, it's kind of glitching out there, but rest assured that it does in fact work. And it may just be I need a relock. Here, you could see that it should leave that block behind as it rotates around. Oh, look at that! Oh, it's so cool. This is like a neat little arrow. Oh, so there's a little bit of glitchiness. I'm not gonna lie. Tiny amount of glitchiness when it comes to this mod, but it is actively being developed. There are also, this is a rod folder. So in order to get rid of this issue that I had before where, you know, if I wanted this to reach out 1,000 blocks or whatever, I'd need 1,000 blocks in this direction. Well, the rod folder, whoops, is here to solve that issue. If I was to add a whole bunch of blocks or piston rods over on this side, and oop, you can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. Go. Why aren't you doing your thing? Do your do. There we go. Oh, I must have needed a rod into inside of there. Otherwise, I thought there was a block in the way. But there you go. So it's folding up this line here, and if I look inside, there's an inventory, and I could stack it full of other blocks as well. We could throw this onto the ground. Get out of here. And there we go. And we'll need that something for it to grab onto. And this would extend further, further, and further, and further. The next thing is, oh, this is a creative machine. This is not what I thought I had grabbed. Oh, interesting. Well, there should be creative machine. What is this thing? What does this tooltip say? Gone unless you oops. Creative only unless you do the config option. Okay, well that's not what I thought that was. So those are the basics, and you can see that it's very, very expandable. Now, let me show you a little bit of some of the other tools. First is the tool, which allows you to rotate blocks around. And oops, if you hold down Shift, it will rotate in the opposite direction. You can do this also just by moving your location to rotate all the blocks in all sorts of different directions. You can hit the top. Oops. You can rotate these blocks as well. Whoa! Oh my gosh, so cool. So anyway, that is the tool. The tool will also help you rotate any of these blocks, which is quite nice. So let's say, you know, this wasn't exactly where you wanted it to be. That's where you wanted it to rotate around. There you go. Now you have found your solution. Quite nice. It does rotation very, very well. There's a saw, and the saw is used if I have this sort of contraption, and let's say I have a head on this end. Here we go. And a head over, well, I kind of screwed that all up. Here we go. We have two of these just like this. And I wanted to put one on this side, but you can see that it continues to sort of extend it out. You can use the saw. Whoop. Oh, gosh, darn it. I think I needed to shift saw to, what am I doing wrong? There we go. If you right click, you can get rid of some of the parts of this. And if I had just, there we go, the extension part, I could place this there on the front. And that way we could get like a whole block here of piston heads, which is quite nice. So another thing that I want to show off is this camo paste. Camo paste can be used on, let's grab just a normal extension. Can be used on, and I'm going to need a rod. Oh, I thought I clicked that in there. And we'll extend this. Oh, gosh, I'm the worst. All of these items, by the way, you can also make glue by using some seeds some sugar, and some bone meal. And that way, if you're early game and you haven't found a slime chunk, you can just create your own glue. You can create super glue by using the glue or slime balls with a little bit of red dye, and you'll make this super glue. You can apply these directly to the front of the pistons. And so I'm going to show you that you can use this same camo paste and apply that directly to the piston as well. Once you've added camo paste, you can even do it to these super sticky pistons, you can then grab other blocks. So let's just grab a random block, this wood here, and then you can use it to color and camouflage the front of your block, which is great because if you think this was a big old door and I wanted this texture on the front of all of these pistons, and then I also wanted a texture on the back, that would be an awful lot. That would be 3 thick. So now you can just get rid of all of that. You can actually replace this, of course, with just normal piston heads, and then camouflage it all. Head back over to redstone, grab the block we want, and then we can camouflage it just like this. And then it is 1 thick, which is really, really nice. If let's say you didn't like that texture, there's another tool that you can use to get rid of it, and that is this spade. And then you just shoop, 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 and it's all gone. You can use the spade a few times on blocks to get it all the way back down to the bottom. Another thing that I want to show off is a little bit of crafting. You will need these tools, these gears, in your crafting recipes. So this is how you make it. You just throw down a wooden plank and use your saw to right-click on it. What's neat is you can make different sized gears as well. So here is a 3x3, dun 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 dun, and here is a 5x5. It'll take me a little while to build it, but you get the idea that this is going to be a very, very large gear. Doop. There we go. That is so cool, and it would just look really, also just like really neat on the side of like a watermill or something. Very neat texture. Let me make sure I'm not forgetting anything else. Oh, one of the neat things is these petrifying arrows. So you use these arrows in conjunction, and let's grab a whole bunch of them here, in conjunction with a bow, of course. And you need to find a mob, and luckily we have some. We have some cool mobs over here. We have some villagers. So let me switch into game mode 0. And if the last killing blow is one of these arrows, these petrified arrows, it will create a statue of that mob, which is really, really neat. So you can also pick that up, and I'm going to bring my statue of my villager, and there he is. You can use your tool to rotate him. So if you want to make sure that he's rotated in a specific direction, you can do that as well. Rotate him all around. You can use the camo paste. Oh, doesn't he look weird? And any of these other blocks. I kind of want to make a sponge certificate. So sponge him up. And there you go. Now you have a statue. Finally, the other thing I want to mention is that all of these, if you're just hoping that this is only useful for making doors and things like that, this can all be brought in. You can bring redstone into all of these creations. All you have to do is make a pile of redstone, and then when you click on these blocks, they will turn redstone active. You also have to do that to the front of these pistons. So if you have, let's just create a simple little here, I'll just use these redstone right here. You can have redstone activated. Why is this not working? There you go. You use a full redstone block on this is pile of redstone is 2. You can put that into your crafting table and get 2 of these pile of redstones out for the lines right here, for the little rods. So I just want to show off that if you have multiple redstone added to this line. They actually will not activate until you have another piston head. Here, let me just show this off because we'll get an activator here. Here, actually, we don't need Mr. Awesome Certificate anymore. And there you go. We have redstone there, and that's powered, but none of these here are powered. And you could power them if you want by adding a plate onto it, just like that. Boop. And then you have to hit that with some redstone. Bam. And then, if I cycle this, I bet. There we go. This is now powered, which is kind of nice because it makes redstone lines that don't interact with other redstone objects in the game. Finally, I want to show off Radioactive Glue, which is a pretty cool concept. The idea is that if you wanted these pistons to go pick up a block, move it, drop it off, activated by redstone, you can use the glue, which is, remember, it's only parallel to the line that's moving, or you could use super glue. And you just add these to the redstone plates already. And then when you power this, they become active, they become sticky, and otherwise they are not sticky. So now that they're powered, these are both sticky and would actually grab blocks and move them around, which you could easily make something where if a redstone came in contact with a source, then the sticky would turn on. After it rotates, it would be off, so it would drop off the block until it rotates back around again, which would be quite nice. Finally, I want to show off sails, and you make a sail by putting a wool on the ground and then smacking it with your saw. And then you get these sail pieces, sail parts. And sail parts, here I'm going to destroy some of that, can be added to your rods here once I get some. Sails can be added to these rods just like this. They can also be dyed if you want. So if we jump over into materials, grab some blue dye here. You can dye these. No, you can't. Oh, there you go. And you got to hit the hitbox just right. And these will rotate as well, which is pretty neat. And they look like a really cool little flag.
This is a fantastic mod. I feel like I don't even have a full grasp of it yet with all of the various different things that you can do. It's created by Lidiu and it's absolutely amazing. There's a download link in the description below, and you may also be able to find it in your favorite mod packs in the future. Thanks so much for watching this episode of OMG Craft. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like it, make sure that you subscribe at youtube.com/OMGcraft. Give this video a like or a comment down below to let me know what you thought of this episode, and I'll see you next time on OMG Craft. Bye!